Season on the line, 4th and 11. Butka looking downfield, throwing, incomplete, broken up at the 10-yard line. And Oak Ridge is headed to the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 Championship game.
There's one in the flat. Good catch that time by Ransom. Ransom with a lot of room. And a good block by Delonzo down the field. And Ransom is gone. 57 yards to the house. 2-2.
Swung out and miss. Strike three. St. James Smithtown has done it. They are the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Tournament champions.
Drops back, throws all the way to his right. Has a man down the field, and he's got him! First play of the drive, touchdown, New York Green Wave! Sanioki's season on the line. Goal to go from the 2. Kyles looks to run with it, pitches it to Sip, he grabs it, he's in for the touchdown!
The final 25, and they're neck and neck. Kane looks like they have just a dash of a lead. Salisbury taking first. What a race! Live from Great Kills Little League in Staten Island, New York, PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you into week-long coverage of the 10 and under Eastern Regional Softball Championship Tournament. 22 games, welcome parade and skills competition spread over 5 days here on Staten Island, where one team will emerge as East Region champions in this 10U division. Today we present our final game of pool play for day 1 of the tournament and our 5th of 5 games being played here today at the Senior Minor Field. It's the 1-0 Connecticut team from Milford Little League against the Vermont team represented by Connecticut Valley Little League. Good evening, everyone. My name is David Pizzuto, being joined alongside Joe Calabrese. And Joe, we were treated to Connecticut's team, Milford Little League, and a resounding 10-run win over Massachusetts, 12-2. About an hour or so before the start of this one. They were impressive. Now we get to see the third and final team from New England, this Vermont team from Connecticut Valley.
Yeah, so they go back-to-back here. In the previous game, it was an all-pitching performance from Kinsley Pasico. She pitched 3 innings. She had 8 strikeouts in 3 innings. And then Maddie Dennis in relief pitched 1 inning in that 4-inning, 10-run plus victory. And Dennis herself had 3 strikeouts in the 1 inning that she did work. So we've had, again, the opportunity to watch this Milford, Connecticut team play already in that game previously. This is the first time today I think both of us are seeing this Connecticut Valley team. And it's important to note, Connecticut Valley, not in Connecticut. They are from Vermont. But apparently what we were told before the game is that their street address is actually in New Hampshire. So I don't know what the breakdown of that is. But in game 1, I said that we're here at Great Kills Little League. I keep saying it, my hometown neighborhood. You know, I have a special connection to this place. It is one of the best areas on Staten Island. You couldn't catch a better game here. And it is so nice to be so well represented by teams all across the Northeast region, from New Hampshire and Vermont, so we'll get the joke out of the way now, all the way down to the D.C. area. Congratulations for all the teams so far who have played today for making the travel, but we got 1 game left, and we'll see if Milford, Connecticut can build on the momentum from the previous game and win, or if Connecticut Valley from Vermont will be the stoppers.
Right, and New England, the region, the way it's set up here in this tournament is a little bit different than the Mid-Atlantic, where they're doing a straight pool play type of play. Here they're doing kind of a double elimination style just to figure out what the seedings will be for come playoff time. So the winner of this game will kind of have off for the first game tomorrow, and the 2 losing sides will play again. We'll try to beat the winner of this game later on to determine the seeding. So, you know, we'll keep you abreast of that. But this is the final team that we need to see, Connecticut Valley Little League from Vermont, the 9th and final team that will be in action here today. And by the end of today, Connecticut Milford will have 2 games under their belt. The other 2 New England teams with only 1 here, Massachusetts and Vermont. And of course, round robin and pool play continues into tomorrow. But Joe, we will step aside for a moment for the playing of our national anthem as it's about ready to get played, and after that, we'll give you our starting lineups for both teams, and we'll get you ready for first pitch. It's Connecticut against Vermont coming up here. Our final game of pool play on day one on the PDF Sports Network. About set to get underway here for our final pool play game of day one of competition here in the 10 and under Eastern Regional. And we'll let you know that unlike our previous game, the team from Connecticut, Milford Little League, will be the visitors in this game. So we'll give you their lineup first as they'll come up to the plate first. In this order, batting first will be the catcher, Reagan Gill. She wears number 4. Batting second is number 3, Sadie Dubin, the shortstop. Batting third is number 22, Quinn Tierney, the third baseman. Batting fourth and pitching, number 30, Kinski Persico. Batting fifth, number 11, Allie DeSantis, the first baseman. Batting sixth is number 12, Aurora Hinden, the center fielder. Batting seventh is number 13, Maddie Thenis.
There and perform in the first game.
Right, and remember, Persico can only pitch 3 innings if she wants to pitch again tomorrow. Otherwise, she will have to spend the day of rest. So here we go as the first pitch is spoiled by Reagan Gill, so we'll have a first pitch strike here issued. Second offering here from Fulton. And that one is swung through for strike 2. So quickly, Fulton ahead in the count, 0-2. Looking to attack these hitters here, stay in the strike zone. It's a patient hitting team for Milford, but 0-2 here, got to protect. And swung on and missed, strike 3. And on 3 pitches, Fulton issues her first strikeout. And she gets 1 up and 1 down here, and Sadie Dubin will be the batter. Shortstop, wearing number 3, way back in the batter's box here, receives the first pitch high, ball 1.
What we do know here is, based on the first batter, is that Zoe Fulton can bring it.
Yeah.
What we saw from Persico was velocity that I had not necessarily seen in a particular pitcher at any point during today. So at the moment here, for the first couple of pitches, we've been able to see her match that.
Yep, and that time she was a little bit low and missed for ball 2, 2-0. So she's behind in the count this time to Dubin. And that one is a strike, as that one was high in the strike zone, but Dubin offered at it enough to get the count to 2-1. Fulton delivers now. The 2-1, and that's in there for a called strike 2, 2-2.
What we saw from Persico in that first game that we've seen this Milford, Connecticut team is that there were a couple of instances when she went behind in the count, 2-0 and 3-0. She got back in the count in her favor. Seeing that here from Zoe Fulton with this at-bat.
That time misses well high, so the count will run full to 3-2 on Sadie Dubin. Looking to give Milford Little League a start here for the team from Connecticut. 3-2 pitch, and that one is low and inside for ball 4. So after a first at-bat strikeout, Fulton loses Dubin.
Third baseman, number 22.
And Milford has themselves a base runner here in the top half of the first.
So I don't think you made mention of this. It's possible you did, so apologies if you did. It's the same lineup from Milford, Connecticut that we saw the first time around a couple of hours ago. So evidently, if their manager was impressed with what she saw before.
That one is hit on, and it's no call on that. I guess it's a fair ball.
I have an angle of it, and it was a foul ball.
It's a foul ball, yeah. I thought it was foul and must have yelled it out, but we didn't get the signal for it, so that'll be strike 1 on Quinn Tierney. But right, Joe, it's the same exact lineup, and obviously if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The 0-1. Swung on and hit in the air towards right field. It will drop in front of Morrison, and that's going to be a base hit. First hit of the game belongs to Quinn Tierney, and she's at first base with Dubin now advancing to second.
Now batting, pitcher, number 30, Kingsley Persico, number 30.
I didn't know if the camera switched. Persico swings and misses at that one. Runners lead, but go nowhere.
Yeah, they've been doing this a lot over the course of the 2 games so far. I mean, I know we're in the top half of the first inning, but they look like they're cheating a little bit. Looking again to try to force the defense here to make a play.
Swing and a miss for Persico. Puts her in the hole 0-2.
Pitcher versus pitcher matchup here. Nice shot by Tierney. She went up in the zone, and she kind of chopped at that hit, and she was able to get it into right field.
There's one that smoked down the first base line, but that's foul.
So Tierney and Persico putting 2 really, really good swings on Fulton here in the game's opening frame.
So we get the 0-2 upcoming. Persico staying alive in the count. And swung through that one, strike 3. So Fulton works her way back and has now registered her second strikeout and is 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
Now batting, first baseman, number 11, Allie DeSantis, number 11.
And Allie DeSantis now will and that one goes up high for strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
First time Fulton has really been ahead in the count here. Milford, Connecticut putting a string of really good at-bats here to start the game. But it's not going to mean anything if they can't get a run across.
And that one is chopped but foul behind the backstop. So count will remain 0-2. Fulton 1 strike away from getting out of this mini jam here in the top of the first inning. That would be a big moral victory for this home side of Connecticut Valley from Vermont. 0-2. Too high for ball 1-2.
And it looks like Dubin there took third base.
Oh, okay, yeah, advanced there. And
Just
so
advanced.
Runners will be at the corners, first and third. Down low at the laces. That'll be ball 2, so the count goes even at 2-2.
Yeah, so now a hit will definitely bring home that run from third base. So it's a major at-bat here, the early portion of the game.
And staying alive is DeSantis, just getting a piece of that one foul, so count remains 2-2.
And these swings for Milford, Dave, they've been hard. And
Right.
they've been right on everything. And, I mean, a little late depending with those couple of hits to right field.
Fulton gets the signal, and here we go. A 2-2 pitch upcoming with runners at the corners, 2 outs. Top of the first. Here's the delivery, and that's too low for ball 3. And now running on to second base is Quinn Tierney. So now 2 runners in scoring position. First base open, full count upcoming to Ali DeSantis. A big pitch here. It's well high and outside, so DeSantis will take first via the walk. The second walk of the frame issued by Fulton. And now the bases are jammed for Aurora Hinden, the center fielder. And a big moment here early in this one. Bases loaded with 2 outs.
Yeah, it looked like Fulton was very clearly frustrated that she did not get that strike 3 call on the DeSantis at bat. So let's see if her frustrations carry over here to Hinden.
That one is swung on and fouled off of the umpire. And we go 0-1 on the count quickly to Hinden. Sixth batter of the frame here for Milford, and that one is off the bat, 0-2. And again, Fulton well ahead in the count here to start this at-bat.
It's like the 5th or 6th time I've seen this today, and the 3rd time over here since it came over for the start of the first Milford, Connecticut game. Not even being able to get the bat off the shoulder, but working to the pitcher's advantage.
0-2 pitch. That one down low at the laces, 1-2. That one is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Found the spot. A strikeout looking. She strikes out the side, and Milford leaves the bases loaded in the top of the first inning. We will go to the bottom of the first. Connecticut Valley coming up to bat.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance
And play, move to that one. All right.
tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
Yeah. So, right. But that's all right. I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
We were just looking for the mouse, that's why. But yeah, if you don't even have it up there. Oh. All right, we are back. I was looking at the wrong screen, Joe. I said, yeah, I got plenty of time. We got a commercial break here. But back here, bottom of the first inning, and we'll get to see Connecticut Valley for the first time due up, and we'll give you their batting order. We gave them to you in the field. But leading off will be number 9, Emmy Guerin, the first baseman. Batting second will be number 5, Zoe Fulton, the pitcher. Batting third will be number 6, Ivy Downing, the catcher. Batting fourth is number 3, Ren Carter, the center fielder. Batting fifth, number 30, Elizabeth Welch, one of 3 extra hitters. Batting sixth is number 21, Lucy Melia, the third baseman. Batting seventh is number 1, Aubrey Arenberg, the shortstop. Batting eighth will be number 10, Addison Fulford, the second baseman. Batting ninth, number 4, Gabby Lazara, the left fielder. Batting 10th, number 22, Maeve Morrison, the right fielder. Batting 11th, number 18, Leah Tarleton, the extra hitter. And batting 12th, number 33, Bailey Pippin, the third of 3 extra hitters. And so Milford breaks up the infield huddle, and they give the ball to Persico, who pitched the first 3 innings against Jesse Burkett Little League and was pretty good.
Indeed she was. Showing bunt here against Persico with the first at-bat.
Yep, Guerin got a small piece.
Must have been taking notes from before.
Yeah, try to get some base runners on early. There's the pitch up high, and it was offered at via the bunt. So quickly, 0-2 in the hole is Guerin. And Persico comes again, and that one is on the high outside corner for strike 3 looking. So Garin down on strikes. 3 pitches, 1 out, and via the K, the backwards variety for Garin. Zoe Fulton, pitcher versus pitcher here. That one delivered low for ball 1.
You know, I was thinking, Dave, the chants we're missing all day on the major field. Came back here for the first game. We hear it again for the second game. Very lively atmosphere now under the lights here.
Right, we're closer to the dugouts here for sure as Persico delivers a strike here to even the count at 1.
Now, can you see us in the shot? Looking at that.
Yeah, well, probably in that window. If you probably wave, you'd probably be able to see if you pressed up against the glass. 2-1. We don't get to be on camera much here on PDF, but that might be the way. The pitch, there's a strike. Elevated corner, 2-2 the count. Against Zoe Fulton. And that one is swung on and hit towards the right side of the infield off the glove of DeSantis, and it turns out into a base hit. And Connecticut Valley has themselves a base runner here in the bottom half of the first inning with 1 out. And Ivy Downing will be the batter, the catcher. Fulton on base. Squaring up to bunt, now pulls it back. They move the runner over. Throw is offline, and Fulton takes the stolen base and moves over into scoring position. Meanwhile, at the plate, Downing did lay off and pulled back the bunt, enough for that to be called a ball, so ball 1. Persico delivers. There's a strike. 1-1. Count evens up. One thing we've seen from Persico, Joe, is that when she gets behind the hitter, she comes right back with a strike. Just try to find that strike zone right away.
There were not many batters in that first game where we saw her where she fell behind, right, and then she got back into the count, and it goes obviously both ways, but she's done a very good job of not letting anything get too far out in front of her. And
a strike 3 swinging, and Downing is down on strikes. Late cuts on strikes 2 and 3, so Persico works her way all the way back, and now they're at 2 down with Fulton waiting at second base. This will be Ren Carter, the center fielder, in the cleanup position, looking to do exactly that. Here's the pitch, and watches one dead red. Now the throw over to third as they tried to get Fulton stealing again. Couldn't do it, and now Fulton, with a couple of stolen bags, is 1 base away from giving Vermont the lead. Meanwhile, that was a called strike to Carter, and she sees another one pass through her here, 0-2. So Carter will have to be a hitter here. And a lot of velocity here on Persico's pitches. She gets set to deliver the 0-2. Well high for ball 1. Good job by Gill to corral that one. Walks Fulton. All right. All right, so they do get out of the inning, and we are through 1 full, and our score remains scoreless here as we go to the second inning. Stay with us.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships, as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one. with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
Now batting. Right fielder, number 13, Matty Dennis, number 13. Now batting, left fielder number 2, Hannah Whalen, number 2.
I believe we were muted, Joe. That's my fault on that. So we might have missed that. We can hear ourselves, but they couldn't hear us.
Muted the
yeah,
mixer.
I did.
All right.
All right, so that one's fouled off. But anyway, a first at-bat strikeout looking for Zoe Fulton. And she is now even in the count to Hannah Whalen. 1-1 count upcoming. Milford looking for a base runner. Whalen at the top of the batter's box, looks to square to bunt, ducks out of that one, low for ball 2, 2-1.
So now very clearly, the bottom portion of this order for Milford, they're gonna have the bunt on, right? Merry-go-round, every single batter. The question at this point is, at some point, will it end? Especially now here when you have 2 consecutive batters who have seen pitches and have not really been able to lay the bunt down effectively.
Right. Yeah, they just haven't made contact with the bunt either. 2-2 the pitch here, coming up with 1 out. And that one is low for a ball 3, so the count runs full yet again. It's what we saw from Milford, very patient hitting at the plate. A lot of deep counts against Massachusetts. They're doing the same thing here, only Zoe Fulton is getting the last laugh on most of these at-bats. The 3-2 pitch here, that one is high, and she loses Hannah Whalen. So that's the 3rd walk that has been issued to Milford Little League, and now they have their base runner with 1 out. And it will be Mackenzie Monaco, one of the extra hitters on this team. 1 of 3, the first of 3. She sets up deep into the batter's box. And the pitch is in the strike zone for a call strike 1, 0-1.
So no bunt signal for Monaco.
Right.
It's important to note.
She is the number 9 hitter on this in this lineup, and she takes that one at the knees inside for ball 1, 1-1. Lily Bennett is on deck, the second of the 3 extra hitters. Fulton delivers well high. Good job by Downing to keep it in the glove, and that keeps Whalen honest at first base. So the count will go to 2-1.
As we've seen, they cheat a little bit on the base paths. They're looking to run, looking to make plays.
Fouled off the fencing here above the backstop. So the count will run to 2-2. Fulton's offering is swung on and hit towards short. Trying to backhand it was Arenberg. Loses it into the outfield, and we have another base runner on here as Monaco reaches on the single. It'll be first and second now with 1 out.
Lily Bennett, number 15.
That's the second hit now for Milford in the game. And they're in business here, getting another runner over to second base.
First and second, nobody out. Jumped on the scoreboard with quick runs in the first game that we've covered.
And losing it on the wild pitch, and that'll allow the runners to get over as that one got away from Downing. And again, it's one of those bad ricochets off the backstop, and it ends up in a corner. So runners now at second and third with 1 out. Lily Bennett is our batter. She is showing bunt. Does not make contact, and there's strike 1, 1-1.
So now if you lay the bunt down, you lay it down properly, you get that up at the first baseline a little bit. Again, you're going to force the defense to make one play to first base. That run will come home. So let's see if she's able to execute Bennett.
Once again, squaring to bunt. It is popped up third base side, but foul. And now at 1-2, Bennett will need to be more of a hitter here and protect the plate.
Which doesn't necessarily put them at a disadvantage, judging by that first game that we saw.
Love to make contact here, maybe get that runner and scratch her home. And not to be, as she swings through that one, strike 3, and that's the 5th strikeout here for Zoe Fulton, sandwiched between a single and a walk in this inning, but there are 2 outs, runners at second and third. And Milford, Connecticut, which stranded the bases loaded in the first, now at risk of stranding 2 more as Rodriguez steps to the plate, the number 11 hitter.
And she hit a rope in that first game.
Yeah. Squaring to bunt again, takes it off, takes low. That ball gets away, and the run will score via the wild pitch. So Whalen comes in and scores after getting the walk earlier in the inning, and it's 1-0 in favor of the visitors. Moving over to third was Monaco, so now she's a base away. That one got away from Downing. Not many have, but that one was costly. And that one is hit and fouled off the plate. And there's another example, Joe, and it didn't matter because there was a single in the inning as well, but 2 wild pitches have allowed 2 bases to be advanced, and there you go. That's the difference.
That's right. The difference at the moment is just that 1 run. As Connecticut Valley will look to keep it that way.
Rodriguez, there's another one airmailed high, but staying put at third is Monaco, and the count will go to 2-1.
Fulton did a great job of immediately jumping out of the circle.
That one is hit and smoked off the utility pole.
The question is, did the pole get dented or did the ball get dented?
Right. Either way, it
that
saved.
thing was a screamer.
Yeah, might have saved their coach from getting hit in the dugout. That was on the line. 2-2 the count with 2 out and a runner at third base. Big pitch here. It is called strike 3. So once again, Fulton strikes out the side. She's got 6 in the game, but Milford of Connecticut, they register and they score the game's first run. We are at the end of 1.5 of play, and it's Connecticut 1 and Vermont 0, and coming to bat. Stay with us.
York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video game.
Yeah, that pitcher's probably going to go the distance. So here we go. We are back. Bottom of the second inning, where Connecticut Valley did get themselves a base runner in the first inning, the bottom of the first inning, on a single by Zoe Fulton. But she was stranded at third. She took 2 bases via steals. And goes to show you the opportunistic base running that's going to be apparent in this game. But Persico back out there for her second inning of work and her 5th inning of the day. And that's important, Joe, because once you go over 7, you have to sit and have a day of rest.
So Persico went only 3 innings in that first game that we watched together. The decision was made to pull her after 3 innings.
Right.
And I questioned it, but it wasn't really me questioning it, you know. But based on the rule, they wanted her a little bit more for this game, based on the context and where they were last game.
Yeah, I think they took her out when the score was 8-2 in that game.
So that's appropriate. And again, because Dennis came in and she struck out the side in her own right. So it seems like this Milford, Connecticut team has a couple of pitchers who can get the job done if needed.
Called strike 1 on Welch, who was squaring the bunt as well. Seen a lot of that from both sides. Elizabeth Welch is one of 3 extra hitters on the team. However, she bats 5th. A little bit of a bigger bat there. And sees that one outside and high for ball 1, 1-1. The count evens. So the 1-1 pitch, once again, bunt is shown, but the take is a strike, 1-2. I'm surprised because some of these pitches have been perfect to bunt at, Joe. And they're just taking it off, but accepting the strike. There's one just a hair low for a ball 2-2.
Yeah, on initial glance, that looked like it may have been a strike as well. Catcher thought so. Deliberated briefly with the umpire who disagreed with her.
And there's one called strike 3, and a strikeout looking for Elizabeth Welch. That's the 4th strikeout for Persico. And it will be Lucy Melia. Another square up to bunt, but the accepting of a strike instead. Judging by the public address, it's Lucy Mila. So
I heard that.
Yeah, we'll switch that up. That one, is that a call ball? Yeah, ball 1-1.
Yeah, I had to double check that too.
Yeah. Didn't know if she made contact.
Great to have the scoreboard in front of you, as opposed to when we were where we were before, where I had to kind of look over my right shoulder.
Mila takes the bunt off, but accepts a strike again, 1-2. Now she's behind in the count. And there's strike 3, a strike 3 called. And that's the 4th straight strikeout for Persico, the 3rd straight looking. And there are 2 away here in the bottom half of the second. That's too high for ball 1. Persico again. The bunt taken off, but strike there, 1-1. One and one. Strike on Arenberg.
Yeah, I'm digging these jerseys, Dave.
Yeah.
It's very different. The names are vertically side by side with the number. Very rare that you see that.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and 1-2-3 inning for Persico. She strikes out the side. Connecticut Valley goes in order, and we are through 2 innings. We head to the 3rd inning 1-0 is our score. Milford, Connecticut on top. More 10U softball coming up after this break.
The Staten Island Fairy Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship, because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Fairy Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
We are back here getting ready for the top of the third inning between Connecticut and Vermont here. And Joe, it's interesting. I looked at my stat sheet, and every out in this game has been registered via the strikeout. However, Milford was able to sneak in a run in that second inning due to some good base running and a timely hit.
And that couple of wild pitches,
yeah,
that'll do you in as well. But despite that, Zoe Fulton has still been really, really effective here in the circle. And again, both pitchers bringing it, both with velocity, and that velocity causing disruption to both lineups here based on the fact that every single out has been recorded via the strikeout. I was actually going to point that out. So
yeah, and Fulton has been sensational, but she has walked 3 batters. And again, a couple of those wild pitches allowed Hannah Whalen to kind of go from first to third and has ended up scoring the game's only run to this point. Swing and a miss for Mackenzie Faust, who represents the last of the order here, and then we'll get to the top of the order on the next at bat. Well high for ball 1-1-1. A 1-1 pitch upcoming, swung on and missed again by Faust. She's a little late to that one. 1-2 will be the count.
it seems like a majority of the at-bats here from Milford, Connecticut. They've been just late on Zoe Fulton, but again, they were able to plate that one run in the second inning after plating, 13 in game one? The first game that we saw.
12-2. Yeah,
12-2.
12-2, yeah.
12-2.
2-2 is our count here upcoming to Faust. Again, very patient at the plate is this Milford team. They're drawing a lot of pitches here from Fulton, but here we go. A 2-2 is in the, I was going to say in the dirt, but there's no dirt here.
There's no dirt here.
But
it's a turf.
Turf. Right in front of the plate. So the count goes again to 3-2. And again, Fulton, for the 6 strikeouts that she has issued 3 walks in this game as well. Faust would love to get on via the base on balls. Instead, she swings and misses at that one. So strikeout number 7 for Fulton, and there's one away here in the top of the third. So 13 batters in the order, 7 of them down on strikes. And we go to the top of the order where Reagan Gill struck out swinging in her first at-bat. Squares up to bunt and does lay one down. However, that's foul. It is interesting to me, though, Joe, many of the bunts that we've seen, the squaring up to bunt, we really haven't seen a successful one yet, even in play.
Right, nothing even just the immediate front of the plate area, as the bunt signal was taken off there, as Gill swings through that for strike 2.
Yep, swung through it, and that'll put her in an 0-2 hole here. Fulton has to like that. She did strike Gill out on 3 pitches last time, but sends that one high, and Gill would not offer at it, so the count goes to 1-2.
She came very close to offering at that.
Right, yeah, she wanted to pull the trigger, you could tell. Held out, and here we go, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout of Gill on the day, and the 8th of the game for Zoe Fulton. And that will leave it up to Sadie Dubin, who walked her first time up, but was stranded at third in the first inning, part of a 2-walk inning in the first. And lays off that one, but it was a called strike anyway, so 0-1.
Still seems like she was going to be late on that, even if she decided to have the bat leave the shoulders.
Haven't been able to time Fulton just yet. And there's another one, call strike.
What did I tell you sometime during the first game that we did? when you have first pitch strikes and then you have second pitch strikes and you go ahead in the count 0-1, 0-2, it makes everything infinitely easier.
The probability becomes so high to register that out when you get the hitter in an 0-2 hole.
It's simple math.
Yeah.
People forget.
So the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. She strikes out the side for the third straight inning, this time in 1-2-3 fashion. As Milford is retired in the top half of the third, we go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Our score remains Connecticut 1 and Vermont 0. Stay with us. You're watching 10U softball here on the PDF Sports.
K&S Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
We're back here from Great Kills Little League in Staten Island, New York. The last 8 batters total have been retired in order via the strikeout by both Kinski Persico and Zoe Fulton, who have been battling back and forth here. But we go to the bottom of the third. This is Persico's 6th inning of work today. And she will face batters 8, 9, and 10. With the exception of Fulton's single in the bottom of the first inning, Connecticut has gone down on strikes the last 5 batters.
Just 2 hits for Milford?
Milford has the 2 hits, right.
And then Connecticut Valley has just 1 hit.
Just the one, yeah. That was Fulton's hit. And the difference has been Fulton has walked 3 batters, and Persico has been perfect in that department. She's faced 7 batters so far, and she struck out 6. Here's the delivery, and that is down low for ball 1 on Gabby Lazara. And actually, I must have missed someone because I had Arenberg making the last out. I'll have to check that with our official scorer because I'm supposed to have Addison Fulford up at bat. I must have missed something. 2-0 the count, and swings through that one. Fulford, right? Yeah. We have a batting out of order situation here.
They're out of order at the moment.
But I think they have to appeal it downstairs.
This is what it looks like in real time.
Yeah, and from what I understand, there's supposed to be an appeal made from, I mean, at least that's in college, that, yeah. And I think Fulford is supposed to be our batter, Addison Fulford, the second baseman. And so I think the explanation given is that Miss Fulford is either injured or is ill and cannot play any longer. So she has been struck out of the lineup. But it's be a 3-1 pitch upcoming after that, and there's a call strike 2, so 3-2. So with Fulford out of the lineup, because she was declared out of the lineup, she was never reported out of the lineup, at least not to us up here in the booth, but it's not an automatic out. Strike 3 as the strikeout swinging is the 6th in a row for Persico. So a lot of thoughts up here about what happened here, but she was taken out of the lineup, and that'll bring up Maeve Morrison.
Well, there's nothing better than some live TV.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll have to see who came in to play second base as well. That's going to be the other thing. But yeah, unfortunately that wasn't relayed up to us here. So the squaring up to bunt, and we'll see if she offered it that one, but they ruled out a ball, so 2-0 will be the count. I believe we'll get a clarification here once we check the. Oh yeah, she did go, and I agree with that. So
yeah, I agree with that as well.
It'll be 1-1.
Yeah, I was going to say the scoreboard looked quick to the trigger with the 2-0 count.
Definitely off.
Definitely,
of that.
yep.
All right, so the count is 1-1, not 2-0. And that one is in there for a call strike 2, 1-2. The 1-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. And Morrison is out on strikes as Persico has now retired the last 7 Connecticut Valley batters, all via the strikeout. And
that was a little bit of a half swing there from Morrison.
Yeah.
Again, the velocity of Persico's keeping them off balance.
Leah Tarleton will be the batter and sees that one in for a strike. Tarleton, the second of 3 extra hitters on this team. However, one of those extra hitters is likely playing second base in place of Addison Fulford. Well high for ball 1, 1-1.
And Persico has not missed much in this game.
No, she's
been in 3 innings now. How many times has she missed her spot? 2 times, maybe 3 times?
Well, hits that one for strike 2 on the inside corner. And basically Persico got, about an hour and a half rest and went right back out there and continued right where she left off in that first game. The 1-2 pitch with 2 out. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And strikes out the side yet again in order. 8th straight batter retired via the strikeout by Persico. And that does it for Connecticut Valley in the bottom half of the 3rd. We go to the 4th inning of play. Milford leads 1-0, Connecticut on top.
When it comes to sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
We are back here live from Great Hills Little League in Staten Island, New York. We are going to take a look at second base to see who came in to replace Fulford at second. It's just haven't gotten a number yet on that one, but we'll relay that to you once we get it. But we are starting the second half of this game as we start the 4th inning. Our difference, just a single run. And it looks like it will be number 3, Sadie Dubin, who moved from short to second, which means we have a new shortstop in the game, and it is number 1, Mackenzie Monaco. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong. It's Aubrey Aaronberry. No, so I was, let's see, number 3
Ren Carter.
is Ren Carter, who was playing center field. So now we have a new center fielder in the game.
Right.
So Quinn Tierney is our batter. We'll pick that up in a moment. Tierney, one of 2 hits for Milford in this game. She had a single in the first inning, was stranded at second base. Swung through that one for strike 1. And that one is hit foul. And she's in an 0-2 hole. The last 11 batters in this game have been retired via the strikeout. 11 in a row.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, between Fulton and Persico.
Did some math calculations in between innings.
Don't have that many fingers. Strike 3, swung on and missed. And make that 12 in a row strikeouts between the 2 teams. And for Fulton, that was strikeout number 6 in a row as she has retired the last 6 batters via the K. 5 of them swinging, and Persico is next up. She struck out swinging her first time up. Lays off that one high for ball 1.
Yeah, and some of these swings, even against Fulton, I mean, just the flailing action here. Again, it's one thing to not be able to catch up to the velocity on both sides. It's another thing to not know what's coming.
Yeah, reactionary swinging, really. That was a good cut by Persico, but just missed it under, and it's 1-1.
Love her bat.
Yeah.
Big fan. A couple of nice pink helmets and bats today, representing the girls, and we love the old-fashioned, old-school ice popsicle.
Right.
Red, white, and blue bat. Love that.
1-2 is our count to Persico. Looking to give Milford a start here in the fourth. And she makes contact with that one, gives it a ride, but that is well foul. Down the left field line.
That one somewhere.
Yep.
Beyond the bleachers.
I think one of our parents got it. Nice little snag out there. So Persico stays alive here after fouling that one off. 1-2. Lays off that one that's high and outside for ball 2, 2-2. There's one that's hit too short. The throw over to first is in time. Good play by Arenberg, getting it over to Garin. And, Joe, that is the first putout other than a strikeout in this entire game.
That's a stat.
Yeah. The first
I was
other
doing
than a
that
strikeout.
before for a brief period of time. I had my softball sheets with me. Had 12 in the lineup, and then we get 13 from Milford, Connecticut.
And with 2
Throws
out,
a monkey wrench into the plans.
and with 2 outs, it's Ali DeSantis. Last hope here in this fourth inning for Connecticut. As Fulton continues to work quickly here. That one is spun on the turf, and it'll go to 1-1. Ball retrieval from that foul ball was successful, so here we go. Back at it, 1-1 to count. DeSantis swings and misses at that one in the lower half of the strike zone, 1-2.
I was going to say, we need one of those old-fashioned, like, you know, when you get your pool, you get the net, you got to try to get some of these balls and softballs that are stuck in the fencing over here.
Treasure for a kid who can throw one of the balls to get one of them to come down, you know? Used to do that a lot as kids.
Well, we play a game at CSI with the volleyballs. When the volleyballs get stuck in the net, we throw the volleyballs to try to get the volleyballs down. And unfortunately, I lose a lot because I get the other volleyballs.
You lose even more. All right, 2-2 with 2 out here. DeSantis sees that one skip to her, and it's B3-2. They'll take a walk here if they can get one and leave it up to the bat of Hinden. DeSantis looking to give them a start here. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And another strikeout for Fulton. That gives her 11 on the afternoon evening. And we are through 3.5 innings of play. Connecticut Valley coming to bat. They are down 1-0 on the scoreboard. Stay with us. This is coverage of 10U Eastern Regional Championship here at Great Kill. Stay with us.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
We're back here to start the bottom half of the fourth inning, but we have a change at pitcher. It'll be Thenis coming in to pitch, much like it was in the first game of this, what has turned out to be a doubleheader for Milford. So Maddie Thenis will be the new pitcher of record here in inning number 4, and what that essentially does is it will allow Kinski Persico to pitch again tomorrow, since she came under the 7 innings. That would have triggered a day of rest.
Yeah, so again, smart strategy. She did her job. Thenis did her job in the first game, but again, she was only there for 1 inning and 3 outs. And she got 3 outs, 3 of the strikeout variety, and we've seen more strikeouts here. So if she continues to do her job, hopefully for Milford's sake, they'll be able to maintain the 1-0 lead here. And Connecticut Valley really has not been able to do much, if anything, since the game started. But again, you could say the same thing for the other way. It's just 2 hits to the 1.
Sure, exactly. It's just some smart base running and some wild pitches that were the difference. But Venice was good in relief of Persico in the opening game, but down to their last 9 outs here, Connecticut Valley will look to string together something, and really what it does is it doesn't allow your order to face Persico again, as this is still number 12 in the order for Connecticut Valley. They'll send up batters 12, 1, and 2 in this inning. So the top of the order will face a completely different pitcher as well, and I'm sure Milford is hoping that keeps them off balance.
So we'll see how many more warm-up pitches Thenis gets. Have to think this is going to be, what, one more after this one?
Yeah, quite possibly. As you know, Thenis did come in from right field, and now playing right field is number 15, Lily Bennett. So she comes in right, so Persico goes right back into the dugout and will sit the rest of this game from there.
So the umpire just gave this signal, I think 2 more pitches.
Okay.
So we got 2 more warm-ups before. We'll start the bottom half of the 4th inning here. Yep, there's one. And one more coming.
And again, the loser of this game will play Massachusetts tomorrow.
And remember, this is Connecticut versus Vermont.
Right.
Not New Hampshire, not
Right.
Connecticut, Vermont.
Right.
For simplicity's sake.
Number 33.
All right, Bailey Pippin will start things off here. The number 12 hitter in the lineup represents the bottom of the order. Every single putout for this team has been via the K. So the infield and outfield really hasn't had to do much behind the pitchers in this one, as Thenis offers first pitch strike right down the heart of the plate. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So Pippin a little late to catch up to that one, and the count will go to 0-2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th straight batter that has been retired via the K for Connecticut Valley. And with 1 out, it brings up the top of the order. Emmy Guerin struck out looking her first time up. That was against Persico. And takes that one inside for ball 1, 1-0.
I'm going to say Thenis, though, looking really good with that first batter. Not skipping a beat from where she was in the first game. And again, she only pitched the 1 inning, so presumably the idea would be to have her pitch the remaining 3 innings here, so she would also be available tomorrow.
Sure. 100%. The count goes to 1-0. 1-1. And a big swing and a miss late there for Guerin, so she's now down in the count 1-2. And that one offered at and swung on and missed wildly for the second out of the inning here for Connecticut Valley. So they are down to their last out, and their last 10 batters have been retired via the strikeout. That's 2 for Thenis. And that'll bring up Fulton. Fulton is the only blemish for this pitching staff. She had a base hit and a couple of stolen bases, but was stranded at third in the first inning of play, and she spoils that one foul.
Yeah, and that strikeout came from Guerin in the last at bat. I mean, that looked like a frustration swing.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my God, we haven't had anything to pitch. We're gonna go after it. We're gonna start chasing. Like the TLC song, don't go chasing waterfalls, Dave.
That one is chopped up the middle of the infield for a base hit. The second for Fulton here. So having a day in the circle and having one at the plate as well. She keeps their hopes alive here in the 4th inning with a 2-out single. And keep in mind, Fulton took 2 bases on steals the last time she was up and got stranded at third. We'll see what happens here on the base pads, as Ivy Downing will be our batter. And Downing swings wildly at that one, way high in the strike zone for strike 1. Downing struck out swinging in the first inning. Was the game's second out in that frame.
She did the same thing Guerin did.
Yeah.
Just went up and starting to tomahawk chop it.
Right. I was just about to say, she kind of just chopped at it. And that one is right down the middle for strike 2. So 0-2 the count. Venice way ahead. Checking the signal on the wrist. And now delivers the 0-2. That one is a ball. They send the runner over to second. Safe is Fulton. That's her 3rd stolen base of the evening. Puts her in scoring position here with the count 1-2 upcoming to Downing. And that last pitch did not miss by much either for Venice.
No, it did not. But now Downing has a job to do.
That one is swung high in the strike zone as well, and that will be out of play. Hits the streets here.
Might have hit a car.
No, I don't think so. It landed right in the middle of the street. Maybe on a bounce.
Blair drives that black pickup truck. Came awfully close. And that ball's got to get high to get over that netting on that side of the street.
Right. Well, it was skied up there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low for ball 2 as they check Fulton back at second.
Yeah, it looked like Downing thought that was going to be called strike 3. I thought that pitch was low.
Yeah. Been consistent there. Swung on and hit on the street.
It's definitely going.
And that one is fouled off.
No, another one. We've had 3 foul balls in that direction tonight. Under the lights, during the twilight hours over here.
But Downing's starting to get that timing down now on Venice. We'll see if she can straighten one out here. These balls have been hit hard. And now it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And Venice strikes out the side. In the middle of all that, another Zoe Fulton base hit. But we are through 4 innings of play here. And at the end of 4 complete, the score remains Milford of Connecticut 1, Connecticut Valley of Vermont nothing. Stay tuned, more 10U softball coming up.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one. With awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
We're back here as we begin the 5th inning of play. As we are reaching the home stretch here. Both teams down to their final 6 outs to make some noise. For Milford, Connecticut, they are looking to add some insurance markers here, and they'll continue to go against Zoe Fulton, who has been excellent in this one. Fulton, doing some quick math, has 11 strikeouts. In fact, there's only been 1 putout other than a strikeout in this game. I don't think I've ever seen a game like this before, Joe, on any level, baseball or softball, where through 4 innings, we've seen teams, make out 24 times, and 23 of those have been strikeouts.
Yeah, amazing. I don't think I've seen that either. I mean, there are games where, at higher levels, you'll see a pitcher, even if it's at the collegiate level and you only see 7 innings, you'll see a pitcher be able to ride, a manager will ride the hot hand of a particular pitcher, and you'll see 10 strikeouts, 11 strikeouts, 12 strikeouts, but usually it's not so predominantly, that way for both sides.
A foul ball off the bunt, off the bat of Aurora Hinden. Hinden struck out looking her first time up. That ended the first inning, where Milford actually left 3 runners on base in that inning. Could have been a big one, but Fulton kept them off the scoreboard. That is popped up, and that is a foul ball, as that was not touched.
That's a superb play to not touch that ball. And that's a great play regardless.
Yeah, your eyes get wide and you want to make that catch by Downing, but
yeah, I was
going
to say Downing behind the plate. I mean, that's an unbelievable effort to not only try to make the play, but to smartly avoid touching the ball and letting it go foul.
So an 0-2 upcoming here to Hinden. And that's swung on and hit sharply down first base, but well foul.
will foul down the right field line. Did not go over the netting. Did not go to the street this time around.
But
it's a good thing I couldn't find a spot this morning. I had to
park
park all the way on the other side at the Great Kill Swim Club side. That is the first time I've ever done that in my life. And I've lived here 30 plus years.
Hendon, the 0-2, hits one right up the middle of the infield and gives Milford, Connecticut a start here with nobody out. A leadoff single for Aurora Hendon. And it'll bring up Maddie Thenis, the right fielder turned pitcher in this one, looking to help her own cause here.
Number 13.
Well, it's a great start to the inning for Milford. And up to this point, we've seen a lot of strikeouts and only a run. You get the leadoff runner on, got to take advantage of it. And you're working in a scenario right now where it's a strike, but one could be enough. But if you could figure out a way to get another one or two, again, maybe enough, Dave.
Yeah. We got to see what they do around the base paths as well. They try and take second base. The infield is in. And there's a chopper up the middle of the infield. Backhanded, no play to be made. An infield hit for Maddie Thenis. Wasn't enough velocity there to...
That's a really difficult play. That's
sharply,
an in-between play.
Absolutely.
The shortstop and the second baseman there are in... They're well positioned to each make the play. They both go after the ball. There's really nobody covering second base. It wasn't hit hard. It wasn't dropped at all. It was fielded relatively cleanly.
Yep.
That's difficult.
Just not much you can do with that, as backhanding it was the second baseman, Carter. But now there's a conference here going on and trying to determine.
So we're going to rule that a hit?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. And that is the fourth hit of the game for Milford, Connecticut. But really, back-to-back hits, the first time that's happened in this game for either team, obviously. And Milford, Connecticut's in business here, and you wonder now if they can be successful, Joe, at laying down a bunt and maybe possible sacrifice here to move both runners in scoring position. Or do you let Whalen swing away here?
I think you let Whalen swing away, and I think they're going to be aggressive on the base paths. I think they're going to be prepared to take leads.
And that one is bunted on a line, and it's caught. They can double up at first base. They do. 2 outs. Now going to third, potentially. They didn't pick that one up, but 2 outs. And they get the double play via the bunt by Hannah Whalen. And with 2 outs, it is Hendon at third base.
So let's reset here. The runner on third. We got 2 outs.
Wow, that took a turn, huh?
Hopefully, I'll be able to get to the replay. See if we can get that before the end of this inning.
Monaco swings through that one, so makes the count 0-1. But, yeah, that took a turn.
Let's see if I got it. It's a little choppy.
And that one is swung on and hit, middle of the infield. Runner coming home as the throw in time. It is not. Run scores as Monaco reaches on the chopper to the middle of the infield. Arenberg couldn't settle it down in time. The throw, if it was there, would have beaten the runner.
Absolutely.
And so that's going to be ruled an error on the play. An unearned run comes in. It's 2-0 Milford as...
And that's another difficult play, too.
Yeah, tough play.
You know, we're looking at a scenario here where Connecticut Valley they haven't really beaten themselves too much.
No. Tough play, but if it's made, they're out of the inning unscathed. Unfortunately, that throw was just not there. It's Lily Bennett, who will take the 0-1. Swung on and fouled off. Behind her, 0-2. Hendon, though, with that leadoff hit, is able to come around and score in this inning.
You know, on the replay, simultaneously the cut is when the ball lands in the glove. It was a little choppy there as well.
That one up high, 1-2.
Did my best.
Yep.
Let's see if
got to see it in real time and
piece it together. We'll start. It was a nice play. And honestly, it was a run-saving play, too.
Yeah.
Because if she doesn't make that play, it's a 3-0 game, not 2-0.
That one well low and inside, so the count goes to 2-2 here to Lily Bennett. Closing in on the bottom of the order here, Lily Bennett bats 10th. She did strike out swinging her first time up. She'll see a 2-2. That one too high. They check the runner back at first base. Monaco is safe. And the count goes to 3-2. And
it was an alert play by Downing, and I don't hate the effort, you know. I like the idea of checking in on the runner over there, especially with the game where it is at the moment. Can't really allow that third run at the moment.
3-2 pitch, and that's in there dead red for a called strike 3. And they get out of the inning. But Milford scores a huge insurance run. And we are going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Connecticut Valley down to their final 6 outs, and they'll need 2 runs to tie. Stay with us. You're watching 10U Eastern Regional Softball Championship Tournament here on the PDF Sports Network.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
We are back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Connecticut Valley down to their final 6 outs. They will be facing relief pitcher Maddie Thenis, who came in and pitched a really good bottom of the 4th inning. She did yield a hit in that inning, but 3 strikeouts as well. Struck out the side as Kinski Persico did the previous 4 innings as well. The previous 3 innings, I should say, as well.
So let's see what we could do over here. I want to show the replay of
Sure.
that previous play. It's a little choppy, and again, the cut happens simultaneously as the ball goes into the glove. And you see it's a
little glitchy there.
A little glitchy. But it's important to note, and I wanted to because again, it was an alert to make the play, to make the throw to first, because the second baseman there was properly covering the base. And I think that was very, very important to keeping Connecticut Valley in the game.
Yeah.
Again, we do our best with what we have.
Yeah, we're getting another look at it in real time on our monitors here, but yeah, just a nice job and getting that double up. I mean, it could have been a big inning, a bigger inning anyway. But Milford from Connecticut did do their job. They got an insurance tally and have made it a 2-run ball game here. So Connecticut Valley only has 2 hits in the game, and they were both by Zoe Fulton, who was up 2 at-bats ago. So they're going to need to send 10 batters up to the plate to get back to her in the order again. So something to consider here. And it will be up to Ren Carter. She struck out looking her first time up. That was against Persico back in the 1st inning. Squares to bunt, takes it off, but sees that one go down for ball 1. Vermont, once again, squaring up to bunt, taken off, but the strike is called on that pitch, 1-1.
Have some future PDF Sports Network interns making some noise.
Yeah.
You got a nice inquiry during the break.
We did, and we're looking forward to maximizing that one. There's one that's down, but hits the low corner of the strike zone as she went with the bunt, 1-2.
Another pink bat. I got some pink cleats over here, too.
Nice.
Loving the look. Loving the look for some of these girls here today.
Ren Carter looking to give Connecticut Valley from Vermont a good start. That one is too high, so it levels out at 2-2 here.
And now you're at the point of the game where you're, again, looking to work the count as much as you can. You got to take as many pitches as possible. I know sometimes you don't want to be too patient, but need base runners.
And takes that one for a call, strike 3. So Ren Carter down on strikes looking for the second time in this one. And now there is one out here in the bottom of the 5th, and it'll be up to Elizabeth Welch, who also struck out looking against Persico to start the 2nd inning. That one is too low and inside for ball 1. Every single put out in this game that Connecticut Valley has been put out with has been via the K. Nothing in the field. That one down low, 2-0.
Yeah, so here's what I was talking to you about before. It's 2-0. I mean, your strategy is you got to be looking as many pitches as you can, creating some traffic.
Yep. And that one is delivered in the strike zone for strike one, so 2-1 as Thenis finds the strike zone here after missing on the first two pitches. Maddie Thenis in relief. Delivers that one low and inside again. Ball 3, 3-1. So any way on at this point will bring the tying run to the plate. Our count is 3-1. Dennis delivers well, high, ball 4, and Welch is the first walk issued by Milford, Connecticut in this one. She represents the run that would bring them to within 1, and the tying run is now at the plate. It's Lucy Mila. Mila playing third base, struck out looking her first time up against Persico. And that one's delivered up high again by Thenis, as now she's starting to miss well high in the strike zone, 1-0. Bunt applied, taken back, and that's high for ball 2, 2-0.
And now, as you can see, Connecticut Valley stealing a page from the Milford playbook over there at first base with that lead, kind of trying to draw the throw to first base.
And on a 2-0 pitch, let's see what Dennis can get back in the strike zone, and she does. So the count goes to 2-1 as Welch gets looked back to first base.
But she did the same thing on 2 consecutive pitches, Dave.
Yeah.
She's kind of leaning, wants that throw.
The 2-1, and she went around that time. 2-2. I think that was a close strike 2 anyway.
Yeah, that pitch was in the zone,
Yeah.
so that was going to be called a strike regardless. She kind of realized, didn't half check at the last moment, but it wasn't going to make a difference.
Well, can Thenis come all the way back? 2-2 pitch. Down at the laces for ball 3, and now another full count upcoming here, 3-2. Tamila with Welch already at first base. There is 1 out in the inning. The 3-2 delivery. In there for a call, strike 3. The runner will go to second base. No throw applied. Welch goes over to second base. Mila is down on strikes looking for the second time in this game, and that will bring up number 1, Aubrey Arenberg. Arenberg struck out swinging her first time up against Persico. Delivered high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch upcoming to Arenberg. Another one well high above the head of Arenberg, so count goes to 2-0. And Thenis, for the last 3 batters, has started 2-0 on the batter.
Yeah, she's starting to lose the zone just a little bit, but been able to recover in each individual at-bat.
And that one is good for a strike called. You know, she did lose Welch in that at-bat, and that's why Welch is at second base now, but she was able to work her way back against Mila. Let's see if she could do the same here for Arenberg. Swung on and hit weakly. It hit the plate, so that'll be a foul ball, 2-2. You got to give her credit, though. She has worked back and has thrown some strikes, following a couple that have missed well high in the zone. 2-2, and that one too low for ball 3, and now another full count will be upcoming here, this time against Arenberg. First base is open, and on deck is Gabby Lazara. Well high, ball 4, and the second walk issued in the inning by Thenis. And that'll bring up number 4, Gabby Lazara. Lazara struck out swinging against Persico. And a reminder that out of the lineup is Addison Fulford, who was playing second base due to illness, we've been told. So that brings up Lazara. Swung on and hit weakly down the third base line. That'll be foul. And for the first time since the leadoff hitter, Ren Carter, Thenis is ahead in the count. Down low, ball 1, 1-1. The runners are moving. The throw to third is cut off. That wasn't going to reach there, so good job by the third baseman, Tierney, to cut that one off. But the runners move over to second and third now.
It's very important.
1-1.
It's a very important hit. Will tie the game.
Yeah.
May come close to tying the game. No guarantees.
If Lazara could find some space in the outfield to put this ball. With 2 outs, the runners will obviously be taking off on contact here. 2-1 the count. The question is, can contact be made? Lazara sees that one skip in at the laces. 3-1. First base is open. But Thenis has walked 2 in this inning. They are represented by the base runners. Inside, ball 4. And the third walk issued by Matty Thenis has loaded the bases. 3 walks in between a couple of strikeouts. Yeah, I'll take it.
And let there be light.
Yes. So Thenis is getting a
Yeah, you could definitely see that
here
on the broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, really? The lights?
Right.
All right. Now,
So good.
are we prominent in there, or
No.
Oh, no? That's the other. That's the other window.
The other window.
Yeah. Well, they're the important guys anyway.
Major moment in this game, Dave.
And there's a swing and a miss. A healthy cut, but missing badly that time was Morrison. Morrison struck out swinging her first time up. And that was, again, against Persico. Swung on and missed late again by Morrison, so the count quickly 0-2. Morrison has missed badly on these last 2 swings. Can she catch up to one here and put one in play? The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and they get the strikeout looking. Thenis once again strikes out the side. She also walked 3 in that inning, and they leave the bases loaded. We go to the final frame. Milford, Connecticut, up 2-0, looking to add some insurance in their top half. Stay with us. More 10U softball coming up.
When it comes to sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
Take this. We are
good to put runners on base, but they have not gotten that big hit, and that has been to Milford, Connecticut's advantage.
So Rodriguez will be the batter. Can't forget, too, that Fulton has the only 2 hits for Vermont in this game as well. So not only has she done it in the circle, but also at the plate. She delivers that one high, however, to Rodriguez for the count 1-0 to start this 6th inning. Rodriguez is 0 for 1. She struck out looking. And she swings through that one for strike one.
Yeah, she's taking a bunch of healthy cuts in this game.
Yeah, she ended that second inning with a couple of runners on base. And she dips out of the way of that one, so the count goes to 2-1. That was a longer inning for Fulton to have to spend in the dugout as well. There's a healthy cut down the first base line, but that is foul by a couple of feet.
Second time she's done that in the
Yeah.
game. I think she's late on it, but maybe she's going in that direction. And she's hit the ball hard
Right.
each time we've seen her at the plate in this game.
And again, with the second time around against the pitcher, you'd like to think the timing is more there. But we'll see here. A 2-2 pitch upcoming. Fulton's delivery on 2-2. And that one skips in on Rodriguez, 3-2, and we'll see the first full count here of inning number 6. Can Rodriguez earn on? 3-2 the count. Swung on and fouled back.
Fouled straight back. She was directly on another pitch. Second time in this at-bat.
Batters 11, 12, and 1 due up in this inning for Connecticut. Swung on and once again bounced foul. Ricochets off the Connecticut dugout. It's supposed to be the home dugout, but the away team occupying that end. They stayed put after the first game. Another 3-2, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Rodriguez out on strikes for the second time in this game. And that'll bring up Mackenzie Faust, who also struck out swinging in this one.
A lot of the batters in this game have struck out.
Yeah, we can
Both
say that
of
a
the
lot.
swinging and the looking variety. One of those games, but honestly, well pitched.
Yeah, 100%.
Well pitched. I think both pitchers have been very, very good. And I think the strikeouts are more because of the really good pitching as opposed to subpar decision making.
Yeah, I agree, because both teams have really been patient at the plate, too. It's just
making better pitches.
Yeah, absolutely, and hitting some spots, too. But right now, Fulton is down in this count 2-0, and will have to come in with a strike. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1, so getting back in that column.
She's done a respectable job in her own right tonight,
Yep.
Zoe Fulton, falling behind 2-0 in the count, being able to work back to her advantage.
And gets Faust to swing and miss at that one to even the count at 2. 2-2 now with 1 out. Can she get all the way back here? Swung on and hit in the air towards right field, and it is not corralled, but it's a foul ball.
Yeah, initially off the bat, that
Yeah.
looked like it was going to land fair, and then it starts to slice a little bit, now that the sun is fully down, the lights are up over here, so that could cause some trouble in the outfield for a fielder. But in that instance, it was a cutting ball that landed by the bullpen over there.
Yeah, it took a long time to come down, and by the time it did, it was in foul territory, and here comes another payoff pitch upcoming. Second batter in a row. She was able to get Rodriguez to swing and miss at strike 3 on 3-2. Let's see what happens here. Against Faust. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And another strikeout for Fulton, and she works herself all the way back again. And now 1 out away from retiring Milford here in the top of the 6th. Reagan Gill, the catcher, leading off. She's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. And that one is fisted towards the right side of the infield, gets away from the glove of Guerin and reaching. And Joe, that's your decision if you want to give that a hit or an error. I would probably give that a hit.
I would probably give that a hit as well.
Backhanded play, that's a tough one to make. And Reagan Gill is on base with 2 outs.
And you know something? I don't know if this is to say out loud, but a lot of how I like to score games is dependent on the context of the games. So if I see both teams are strong in the field, and again, we've seen this Connecticut Valley team be strong in the field. Although some of those early hits, they were those kind of in between plays, right? So they really haven't taken themselves out of the game with bad fielding or bad throwing. So in that case, I can agree with you and I can give that a hit. Now, is it perfect logic for some people, from purists? I don't
Probably
think so,
not, yeah.
but that's how I like to see the game.
1-1 is the count. Dubin is 0 for 1. She did walk in the first inning, was stranded at third base there. She struck out swinging her second time up and makes contact there and screams one almost into the dugout.
Well, hit off the pole again.
Hit off the pole again. Yeah, that pole has saved that dugout a couple times.
This time there was no manager who was in the
In the
line
way
of
there,
sight
yeah.
for the ball.
1-1 will be the count to Dubin. And swings at a high strike, and she is out on strikes. Actually, that was a 1-2 pitch.
Yep.
And so she
I
strikes
had
out
that
swinging.
right.
Good job, Joe. But we go to the bottom of the 6th, and the question now is, can Milford keep the lead? And Connecticut Valley down to their final 3 outs. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our score, 2-0 in favor of Connecticut. Stay with us. You're watching 10U Eastern Regional Softball Championship Tournament action on PDA.
The Staten Island Fairy Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship, because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Fairy Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
All right, we are back here. Vermont down to their final 3 outs. They only have 2 hits in the game, and they both belong to Zoe Fulton, who, by the way, is slated to bat 4th in this inning. So if they can get to her, perhaps with someone on base, that could be the magical person in the lineup you want going up against Thenis. But Thenis will face batters 11, 12, and 1 in this game, and the 3 batters she will face are 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts in this game. So odds are looking good for Milford. However, we've seen magic happen in these 6th innings before on the baseball side and the softball side in years past. And does Connecticut Valley have a little magic in them here? A great game to end our morning/afternoon/evening here at Great Kills Little League.
Usually Sundays are a day of rest. Most of the time, depending on who you ask.
Not for Joe and I today.
Today was a marathon day. Here at 8 a.m., we're here at 8 p.m., all for a good cause.
Well, Joe, you were here at 8 a.m. I was here at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, and you'll be here very early.
I'll be here at
tomorrow.
6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Get a good night's sleep, get something to eat, and right back at it.
Tomorrow's schedule's a little thinner, right?
Yes, three games on this field, 2 on the field above us, where you will be stationed with John McCooch, who will join us.
That's right.
John was with me on Saturday for the parade and skills competition. He'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have the booth with you, and I'll have Alex Paramithis here with me. 1-2 will be the count here to start things off in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Leah Tarleton is down on strikes for the 2nd time in this one. And now Vermont is down to their final 2 outs of this one. Bailey Pippin will be the batter. She's 0 for 1, having struck out.
I'm going to say Dennis took a little bit off that pitch.
Right.
Got a couple oohs and ahs in the press box over here.
She takes one high for ball 1, does Bailey Pippin. Now, Pippin starts the order now that is now facing Thenis for the 2nd time in this game. Check swing, but call strike on that one. Evens the count at 1-1. Now against Thenis, Pippin struck out swinging her first time up to lead off the 4th. In there for a call strike, 1-2. Bailey Pippin looking to give Vermont a start here in the bottom of the 6th. They need 2 runs. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Pippin is down on strikes, right?
Yep.
That's 2-2. Oh, 2-2 the count.
Yep.
Well, that's strange. We'll have to rewatch that at some point because I could have sworn she swung 3 times.
I was going to say maybe the check swing.
Oh, maybe.
Well, she swung there.
Yep. Well, you know what?
It'll go down in the record books as the same thing.
I'll be honest with you, Joe. On the check swing, it was called a swing and a strike. And
it
then
was called a swing. Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought she held up.
It was definitely noted as a strike.
Okay.
And a swing and a miss for Emmy Guerin. And again, they'd love to get Guerin on base to bring up Zoe Fulton, who's 2 for 2 in this game, and get her big bat up in this frame. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Thenis is 1 strike away from the shutout. A combined shutout with Kinski, Persico. 2 great pitchers doing great things. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And almost appropriately, Thenis strikes out the side. And this one goes final. Connecticut improves to 2-0 in the New England region bracket, while Connecticut Valley falls to 0-1. They will face Milford tomorrow, and our final score is 2-0 in favor of Connecticut. You see the hits and errors on your screen. Hits were at a premium in this one. Pitching was the showcase, Joe. We were treated to a great one.
Yeah, we were treated to a really nice pitcher's duel, and it was Zoe Fulton who went into the game deeper. Again, she gave that Vermont team exactly what they needed. It was a rough outing for them. Again, they were able to put traffic on the base paths in a couple of those innings, but weren't really able to do anything beyond that. So, really strong pitching effort, again, from Persico, who started the first half of this game. But because she didn't meet the 7-inning limit, she will be available to pitch tomorrow. So, we'll see where they play tomorrow and who will be able to see that. Then is coming in relief for the second time, the games that we did here. First game she pitched 1 inning. Second game she pitched 3 innings. So based on the math, if I can do math correctly, she's available for 3 of those innings tomorrow. Persico will be available for 1. We'll see who pieces together the other ones.
Yeah,
but
they can throw as much as they want tomorrow.
They can throw as much as they want. But
as long as they don't go over 6 in one day, they can go 6 again the next day. Yeah.
Speaking of going over in one day, we've had a 12-plus hour day, and we're getting ready to wrap it up. So it has been a really great first day here at Great Hills Little League. The weather, again, could not have been any better. It'll be cooperative tomorrow as the week goes on. Yeah. It's getting a little bit dicey, but we'll deal with that as it comes.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on it. But to wrap things up, obviously we want to thank the entire staff here at Great Hills Little League. Thank our staff, Alex Paramethis, of course, Joe Calabrese. My name is David Pizzuto. But we also remind you to make sure you keep it tuned to the YouTube links here. That'll give you a rundown of what games are happening tomorrow. You can also check us out at pdfsportsnet.com under our broadcast tab. You'll see all the broadcasts that we have set up for one day because we are covering 2 tournaments. So be sure to follow us there. Follow us on our social media accounts. We have plenty more softball coming up. This was just day 1, folks. We have days 2, 3, and 4 coming up. But that'll do it for us here and for all of us at Great Hills. We wish you a great rest of the evening, a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning for more 10U Eastern Regional Championship Tournament action live from Great Hills. Good night, everybody.